Hello everyone, I am Akshar. I will be your origami teacher today. And a little bit about me, I've been doing origami for the last 10 years. I've been teaching origami for the last 5 years. I honestly, this is the thing that I enjoy the most in the world. Doing origami with people I love. So this is great. I am happy that I am able to share this evening with you. So let's first talk about what we are going to do today. And so this session is 2 hours long. I have broken it down into a few steps. First, we'll just cut our paper into the required shapes. They're all squares, but we'll cut the paper into the right size. And this rectangle needs to be turned into a square. Then we will, oh, at the end of this, we are making this Christmas tree. It consists of 4 parts, 3 parts for the leaves and 1 part for the stem. Doesn't require any glue. The glue is separate for the star. I also haven't made the star in this model, but if time permits, we'll make a star on top of this. So, like I said, the first thing we'll do is we'll cut our sheets of paper. Second, we'll fold the leaves on top, the 3 units, 3 identical units. So it will be easier for you. I'll give you instructions for the first one, and then you can quickly continue with the second and the third. And then finally, we'll fold the stem and assemble them. If time permits, we will use our last sheet of paper, the yellow sheet, to fold a star. Okay. So before we start, I just wanted us to agree on some norms that we can follow for this session. First thing that I think is most important here is that the session will be broken down into steps. I'll demonstrate a step and you guys can follow it. But the first and most important thing is you should be looking at the screen while I'm demonstrating. I'll make it clear when you have to look at the screen, but don't continue folding while I'm demonstrating. And the second norm that I would love to set is that if you're stuck anywhere, like I said, the demonstration will be in steps. So if you're stuck anywhere, feel free to put a message on the chat and I'll repeat myself. And chat is more preferable. Try not to unmute yourself during the session. So yeah, if we're all ready, then I want to see some messages on the chat and then we'll move forward. Great. I can see 2 people are ready. How about the others? All right. Great. Cool. Let's move forward. So, what we need to do, first of all, is we need to take 3 green sheets of paper and 1 brown sheet of paper, and we need to turn all of them into squares. So, I'm sure you remember from your school days how to turn an A4 sheet into a square. We need to bring down this corner along this edge like this. Make sure you get the point well. We capture the point very well and make sure that these edges are right on top of each other. And then make a crease here. And we need to tear off this part. So for that, I'm just going to flip this over and fold it up. Let me know if you're not able to see my hands, if I'm obstructing the view, anything. So I'm going to fold this up till I can capture this point like this. Again, make sure that the edges are aligned and you're capturing the point. These edges are aligned. and you're capturing this point well. So do this hard, like press this hard as you can. So what we are doing, why are we pressing this hard? It's to break up the fibers in the paper. Perhaps fold it in the other direction also. That really does the job. And yeah, then just tear this bit off. And we've got a square. Now let's repeat this for 3 green sheets of paper as well. Yeah, let's keep the conversation going in the chat, guys. Let me know if you've got this. Let me know if you want me to repeat my instructions. And let's take another 3 minutes to tear off 3 more squares. Now, this part was the demonstration. Let's take 4 minutes to tear off 4 squares. So I'm going to bring the corner down. Yes, please cut off the bottom rectangle. This part should be torn off. Cutting, tearing, anything works as long as you're able to get a straight line. Yep. So we will do this again. Flip it over. Bring this up. I am aligning the edge and capturing the point. If you're folding with someone, I think you'll get done quickly like Aksha did because her niece is also helping her fold. What's her name? What's your name? Aksha's niece. So I'm going to flip this over. Hi, Prisha. Thank you for joining us today. And I'm going to reverse the fold to make the fibers become a little loose. Hi, Santosh. I hope you guys are folding and tearing off your sheets of paper. Let me know if I'm going too fast, too slow. Again, bringing the point down, aligning the edges and capturing the point. This point should be captured very well.
थोड़ा पतला बना दो चाकू बहुत शार्प है हाथ कटेगा देख लो ऐसे हवा में
Flipping it over, aligning the edges and capturing the point. Are you guys also making funny faces while folding? I am. Now I am conscious about it. Okay. For people who are joining us now, who have joined late, currently we are just tearing off 4 squares, 3 green and 1 brown. Hi Sohail, thank you for joining us. Again, aligning the edges and capturing the point. I tried, Aksha. I'm so sorry. I will make sure that I lift up my. Okay. Yeah, that can be done, I think. Yes. Is this better, Aksha? Yeah, you don't need to see my face. Thanks. You're not missing out on anything. So, yep. Continue. Capturing the point, aligning the edges. Great. So I think I would like to hear on the chat about how well we are progressing. If we are done with the squares, then we'll move forward. Thanks, Ushnota. Thanks, Minu. We wait. We'll wait for another 2 minutes. Great. So I have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Santosh, I know what you're talking about, but I have an old phone. It does not have the wide angle camera. Yeah, if origami paid well, then I would have a phone with a wide angle camera. Or soon. I might. Okay, great. Let's take the last 1 minute before we move forward. Let me know on the chat whether you are done with this. I see 2 people are done. Cool. So moving forward, what we need to do now is we can put aside one green sheet of paper and one brown sheet of paper. We're not going to use these two for the next few minutes. Instead, we are going to cut now these two sheets. So if you can see in the model here, the lowermost layer is larger than the layer above it, and that is larger than the layer on the top. So otherwise, these three layers are identical. So to get this effect, we will cut our squares a little smaller. So this square will be the largest, this will be slightly smaller, and this will be even smaller. So I have experimented with a few different ratios. What I have come up with is if I cut off 3.5 centimeters, that gives me the best result. So what I'll do is, we are looking right now, we're not doing. What we'll do is, first we'll mark 3.5 centimeters here, then we'll mark 3.5 centimeters here. I hope you guys are not doing this right now, you're just looking. So now that you guys have marked these 2 points, you can fold this up so that the crease passes through both of these points. so that you get a 3.5 centimeter wide strip here. Okay, you can do this. Do this step and let me know. Again, like we were doing earlier, you can make this, you can reinforce this piece to loosen the fibers in the paper. Yes. Yeah, take your time, get a ruler. Okay, Minu, sing if you do not have a ruler.
Pause meeting.
What I would suggest is go roughly 1/6. So this, the side of this square initially was 21 centimeters, but I would actually suggest that you get a ruler because otherwise you won't be able to get a perfect square. So yeah, we'll wait for a minute and you guys can get a ruler. I'll show this step again. What I did was I marked 3.5 centimeters here. This is 3.5 centimeters and I have marked it here. Again, I marked 3.5 centimeters here. And what I did was I folded a crease joining these 2 points. So it's easier to fold from the other side. If you have marked on this side, see, if I have marked here, you can see on my sheet of paper, I have marks here. So if I flip it over and then fold, I will be able to see the marks here, right? I can see the mark here and here. So it's easier to fold from the other side. So yeah, we will then cut off this rectangular strip that is 3.5 centimeters wide. Ushnata, I think, so you don't have a ruler at all? Like, how do you eyeball this? That's a great question. Let me think about this a little bit. Without a ruler. Can we do this without a ruler? Yes, I think we can do this. But it'll be a slight challenge. Okay. So we'll come to the method without ruler. First, let me demonstrate the method with ruler. So we have already, you can wait. The people who don't have a ruler can wait for a second. So yeah, measuring tape works. Just 3.5 centimeters is what you need. So I have already cut off this strip. And remember, this strip is 3.5 centimeters wide. Now, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to do the same thing again. Right now, this shape is a rectangle, right? And the short side is towards me. So I'm going to mark 3.5 centimeters again on the long side and 3.5 centimeters again on the long side. So notice that I have these 2 marks on my sheet of paper. And remember that these are on the long side. So what I'm going to do next is, again, like earlier, I'm going to flip this over and use, you will be able to see the mark that you made on the outside here. So use that point, align the edge here, and again, see that point and align the edge on the other side. So folding outwards from the center. So are there still people who don't have a ruler? Who want me to demonstrate the without ruler method? If yes, then I'll do it. Otherwise, we can just continue. Okay, there are people who don't have a ruler. Great. I will demonstrate that again. So, Ushnata, what I did here was basically, I'll show this. Yeah, I'll move to the without ruler one. What I did here basically was I marked 3.5 centimeters. For the people who have rulers, you can continue with the process. And I marked another 3.5 centimeters here, right? Now you have two marks on your paper. What you need to do is you need to flip this over and fold till you see your mark here on the right hand side. So if you see here, you can see the mark on the sheet of paper and use that mark to fold. But I am not supposed to fold the brown sheet, so I will not do that. Okay, great. So for the people who have done this, you can continue with the ruler. For the people who have not done this, I am not promising perfect results, but yeah, let's see. So what I'm going to do without the ruler is I'm going to keep my sheet of paper here such that the crease that I had made earlier to tear this into a square, right? This crease is vertical, right? The crease that I made to make the square is vertical. And I'm going to bring this point up along the crease. How far am I going to bring this point? Till I think that this strip that is visible on the bottom layer is roughly 3.5 centimeters. What I did was my crease was vertical. I brought this up till I think the strip on the bottom is roughly 3.5 centimeters. And then I will just mark the point on the crease. So see this. This is what I've done. Right? I mark the point here, this point. Because I thought this is roughly 3.5 centimeters. Now you have this, just cut this part out. So just cut this part out and this part out to get a smaller square. Is this better? Ushnota and I think two people did not have a ruler. Ushnata and Minu and Prakash. Did you get this? Great. Thanks, Prakash. So just eyeballing it. And the model is forgiving, so you can do that. Great. So, guys, let me know in the chat when you have cut off two strips of paper, which are 3.5 centimeters wide from your square. So earlier your square was 21 centimeters side, and now your square has a side of what, 17.5 centimeters? Yeah. Hi, Priyanka. We are folding our Christmas tree, and you've joined a little late, but I can still redo the instructions. So we are starting with 3 green squares and 1 brown square. Out of the 3 green squares, I need to cut the 2 green squares into a smaller size. For that, I cut this one. I reduced the side of the first green square by 3.5 centimeters by cutting off 3.5 centimeter long strips, this and this. If you don't have a ruler, you can just eyeball it, but make sure that it is a square. Cool. Now I am just going to move forward and let you know that the second strip on the second sheet of green paper. Okay, I'm going to take a second to bring everybody's attention on their screen. Put your paper down and look at the screen, because I'm going to demonstrate the next paper now. Great, I hope everybody is watching. So just like we cut off strips 3.5 centimeter wide in the previous square, we are going to cut off strips that are 7 centimeters wide. So I will mark 7 centimeters here and 7 centimeters on the other side. Fifteen minus 8 is 7. Yep. So I have these two marks, one mark here, one mark here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this over and fold till I see the mark. Once I've seen the mark, I'll capture that point and align this edge. And on the other side also, I'll capture that point and align the edge. So 21 minus 7, this square should be, now this side, this much should be 14 centimeters. So cutting this off. So I've done this. Similarly, I'm going to again keep the short side of the rectangle towards me, and I'm going to mark 7 centimeters on the long edge. So 7 centimeters on the long edge gives me 1 point here. So you guys can continue folding and tearing. And 1 point here. So for the people who were eyeballing it last time, this time you guys can, instead of, okay, for the people who are eyeballing it, who don't have a ruler, this time it's slightly easier, because again, you will keep the existing crease vertically and you will bring this up along the crease. This point is traveling along the crease. And now you already have this old strip that you tore off from this sheet of paper, right? So just keep it here and just double this distance, roughly double this distance. So what I'm doing here is, this width is what I had earlier. And if I double this, I reach the point. So I'm moving this point around till I think this is double this width. Okay. So guys, let me know in the chat when you have 3 squares of progressively smaller sizes. One that is 3.5 centimeters smaller, another that is 7 centimeters smaller. Meenu, Prakash, I hope you are able to fold without the ruler, even the second sheet. Just use this as reference and double it. Cool. Yeah, that works. The measure app, it's great. Honestly, rulers are a thing of the past now. We don't really use rulers in real life. Okay, so you should by now just clear up your workspace a little bit. You should by now have three squares. This is 21 centimeters, 17.5 centimeters, 14 centimeters. We'll wait for another 2 minutes before starting the folding. Let me know, guys, in the chat how you are progressing. So, what are we drinking tonight? I am drinking a sparkling water with some ice. What are you guys drinking? Thursday night drinks. What does Thursday night look like for you? Great. Thanks, Aksha. She's done. She has three squares. She's cut off these strips. Um, yep. She's cut off these strips to get smaller. Yes, Ushnata. 14. Yeah, I mean 14, 18, 21 works. It's not wrong. I would prefer 14, 17.5, 21. 14, 17.5, 21. This is what it should look like. How is Prisha doing? Thanks, Santosh. Great. So now we are getting to the fun part. This is the boring part. Honestly, I don't like cutting paper either. Great. Thanks, Minu. We'll wait for another minute and we'll start in a bit. And it's not just that I don't like tearing or cutting paper, I am bad at it. Look at edges. Horrible. I hope you guys are doing better than this because this is terrible. What? To just stay in my lane, do what I'm good at. Cool. We'll start in another minute. I hope Ushnata. Okay. So far, Aksha is done, Santosh is done, and Mino is done. What about the other? How many? One, two. At least eight more people are there. How about those eight people? How are they doing? Are we here? Are we alive? Are we spreading some holiday cheer? Great. Thanks, Prakash. Thanks, Jason. Hi, Jason. Nice to see you here. So, yeah, I don't know if this is the Jason I know. I sent a link to a Jason. But anyway, it's still nice to see you, even if you're not the right Jason. Cool. Let's start with the folding, guys. So we'll keep the smaller sheets aside for now, and we will start with the largest green sheet of paper. So cool. What we will do is we will orient our paper like this, and we will bring. So okay, you guys already have made one crease, right? You have already made one crease. So which way is it? Is it this way? Right? Redo that crease. Let's redo that crease and make this into a smaller triangle. Now let's open it and make sure that the existing crease is vertical. So it's vertical like this. Now what I'll do is I will bring this point up to the point on top to make the second diagonal. So I have folded the second diagonal like this. Let me know when you're done. And you will know when you're done. You will know that you're done when you see two creases here. We'll give it like 30 seconds. You should see both the diagonals folded on your paper. Great. Thanks, Minu. Santosh. Great, I think. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about nomenclature, naming. So the crease here, these two creases are valley folds, because if we hold our paper up like this, it looks like a valley, right? But from the other side, it would be a mountain fold, because if we hold our paper up like this looks like a mountain, right? So what we'll do is, hold on, this light just came on. Oops. Okay, so make sure that both the diagonals are valley folds on your piece of paper. So they are closing like this and like this. Right now they are valley folds, right? For the next step, we need to flip the sheet of paper over. Make sure that both the creases are now mountain folds, right? It's flipped over and both the creases are mountain folds. Now I'm going to rotate this by 45 degrees and bring this edge up to the, we are only looking right now, bring this edge up to this second edge, like this. Okay, I am going to capture both the points, start from the center and move outwards. Make a sharp crease. So you should get a rectangle. And then unfold. You should have a valley fold that is horizontal. Now rotate this by 90 degrees and repeat the same. Bring this edge up to this edge like this. And unfold. So guys, so far you should be on this sheet of paper, you should be seeing four creases. So if this is your square, you should be seeing four creases. This is a valley fold. This is a valley fold. Whereas this is a mountain fold. And this is also a mountain fold. This is what it should look like for you, hopefully. We'll take a minute before we get back. Great. Thanks, Ushnata. Thanks, Santosh. Yep. Okay, great. I think we are making good progress. We will continue. Okay. So far, I'll repeat. I'm seeing one valley fold vertically, another valley fold horizontally, and two diagonals, which are both mountain folds. What I will do now is I'm going to rotate this 45 degrees such that these mountain folds become vertical and horizontal, right? Next, right now we are only looking because this is a slightly complicated step. So I have this point here, right? And I have this point here, and I have this point here. I have these 3 points, right? So what I need to do is I need to bring 1, 2, 3, all 3 points down to the fourth point. How will I do that? I'm going to lift up the point on the left, make sure that my mountain fold is strong, nice and strong. I'm going to lift up the point on the right. Again, make sure that my mountain fold is nice and strong. Guys, stop folding. I can see you folding. You're only looking. So I have lifted up both the right and the left point, and I'm going to bring this down. To make sure that it comes down well, you need to make sure that the mountain folds, horizontal mountain folds, are prominent. So when I bring this down, this third point will be in the air, right? What I did was I brought these 2 points and I brought them down. And this point that is on the top, I'm just going to press this down to get something like this. The open side is towards me, and I can see a shape like this on the open end, something like this. This is what I'm seeing here on the open corner. So yeah, let me know once you have done this. Yes, of course, I can show this again. Great. I am glad to see that some people are able to follow, but for the others, I'll demonstrate this again. So what I did was I started by making sure that my diagonals are mountain folds. So I just reinforced this and reinforced this a little bit. And these are valley folds. So I reinforce this a little bit and reinforce this. Thanks everybody who is responding on the chat. I can see your messages. So now it's already like sitting on this point in the center, right? So what I need to do is I need to hold the points on the left and the right and bring them down to the point that is towards me. I brought these 2 points down, and the fourth point, I'll just press it down so that all 4 corners are meeting again at the same point. So how is this menu? Can you do this now? I'll just open it again and show you. So all 4 points are coming. So just a tidbit, another piece of jargon similar to mountain and valley folds. This is called a water bomb base because it's used in a popular model called water bomb. Many origami models start with this case. Yeah, I'm just a little worried about the people who were not able to do it in the first go. I'll move forward. Great. Thanks, Saurav. Yeah, I didn't hear from you guys. What are we drinking tonight, guys? Hmm. We're not bringing it to the other edge. What we are doing is we are bringing it. We have this point, and we are bringing this and this point, these 2 points, down to the third point. And then this fourth point also comes down. So I would like to demonstrate once more. Just I'm bringing these 2 points down to this third point, and the fourth point goes down. We'll move forward in another 30 seconds. I hope you're following me. Otherwise, I will demonstrate this again with the second sheet of paper. If you get stuck, we'll do this again. Don't worry. Great. So moving forward, so right now I have this square in front of me. The open side, this side that is open, is towards me, and the side that is away from me is closed. What I need to do is I will just mark this here, right? So I already have a valley fold in the center, right? You guys can also see probably there is a crease in the center. What I need to do next is I need to bring this edge. I need to bring this edge, the edge on the right hand side, on top of this crease that is already in the center. So, like this. Make sure the edge is aligned with the crease and make sure you're capturing the point in the center well to get something like this. And you've made a new crease here. I'll hold this up to the camera so that you guys can see. So this is the already existing crease. This is the already existing crease. This is my edge. And what I did was I brought this edge to this crease. Only one flap, by the way. There is another flap at the back. So I brought this edge to the crease, and that gave me this crease inside. So this is what I've done. And repeat this on the other side. Make sure you're only bringing one flap, not both of them. Repeating this on the other side, I get this. So far, this is what my model looks like, right? I hope you guys are also on the same page, so to say. But yeah, let me know once you have created these two creases. Thanks, Santosh, Aksha. We'll wait for another 30 seconds. Thanks, Prakash. Finally, someone responded. Great. I'm glad that you're drinking coffee, but I hope you don't have trouble sleeping at night because of this coffee. I can't stand. Okay. I can't sleep at night if I drink coffee after like 3 p.m. Great. So far, we have this. Oh no, sad. Great. I am glad we are moving forward. So, in the next step, we are going to undo both of the creases that we did in the last step. And the next step is something called a squash fold. Guys, we are only looking, we are not folding right now. Okay. So, in my model, there are multiple layers right now, right? So, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to lift up only one layer. So, I'm doing an intermediate step for the squash fold. I've lifted up one layer, right? Just one layer. So you can see on your sheet there are two valley folds here, right? What I need to do is I need to reverse this valley fold just on the top layer, not on the second layer, only on the top layer, only on this layer, not here. I need to reverse this valley fold such that it becomes a mountain fold. So how will I do it? This is my valley fold. I will lift one layer up. I will put my hand here and I'm going to pinch it so that it is reversed. Right? So now this is what your model looks like. This is a mountain fold. Then I am going to bring this over to the right hand side such that this crease is aligned with this edge. Like this. What did I do? I'll repeat myself. I had this earlier, right? I had this earlier. I opened this. I lifted one layer. I reversed this valley fold, such that it's a mountain fold. And I'm not making any new creases. Okay? This crease that is on the edge, the one that you brought to the center. This crease, now that I'm folding this crease is aligned with the crease here. So I have this. Let me know if you. Okay. I will repeat myself, but I'll do it a different way. So, what I need to do is I need to lift up one layer, right? I need to lift up one layer and fold this to the side, just one layer, and I fold this to the side such that this edge, you had this edge, right? Fold this to the side such that this edge is on top. Then I'm going to press down on the edge till it is this edge and this crease and this edge are aligned. See this here. I am starting from here. This is my existing crease. I lifted one layer. I folded it to the side. This point that is coming out, this crease that is coming out, right? I'm going to press this down so that this is matching this. Just pressing it down. Okay. Doesn't matter which side you have done this on, it's fine. I hope everybody's got a squash fold so far. Please let me know if you have got. No. Okay. No. Yes. Let me repeat myself. No. Great. We will do this again. Let me try to actually reposition my camera so that you guys can see this better. Okay. How is this? So I have this. Yeah. So I have this, right? I had this crease. I folded this down like this earlier, right? I open this and I have this crease here. This is coming up a little bit. What I did is I lifted up just one layer here, and I use the crease in the center to fold this over to the side, right? But now this layer is popping up. The layer, this crease is popping up. This crease that is popping up needs to be pressed down till this crease is aligned with this edge here. So yeah, I'm repeating. It was like this earlier. I lifted up one layer, folded this to the side till I see this popping up. I just press this down, and great. I'm glad to hear that Aksha and Prisha got it, and Gunarajan also got it. Great, guys. I think you're doing great. For a first timer, successfully doing a squash fold is not an easy thing. I think I had a few more no's. Ushnota. And yeah, just if anybody is still. Mino is done. Great. So happy. This brings me so much joy, guys. Seeing you being able to fold. So I'm repeating myself, lifting up one layer, folding this to the side, and the layer that is popping up, I'm just going to press this down, 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 till this crease is aligned with this edge. Cool. How is it going? Shall we move on? I think we are going to move on. So you've done a squash fold. What you need to do next is fold this back. So close this book thing. So just you had this squash fold. Make a valley fold here such that it closes. Now you should see the flap on the right is shorter than the flap at the back. There is a crease here and there are two flaps here. One flap is hidden. One, two, three. Two flaps are equal. Third flap is longer. Right? Now I'm going to repeat a squash fold on the other side. So I'm going to lift one layer. I'm going to use the crease at the center to bring this up. And I'm going to press this down to have another squash fold. Let me know if you've got the second squash fold, guys. And if you get the squash fold, honestly, you are golden. This is done for you. Now, we'll close this squash fold also such that we have a symmetrical shape like this. Right? Like this. Right? Thanks, Aksha. Great. So, how are we doing, guys? Let's catch our breaths. Of course, I can repeat this step. Okay. So, I hope you have done the squash fold. Okay, Meenu, which side have you done the squash fold on? Meenu, Santosh, which side is already done? Tell me. Right side is done. Meenu, the same for you, right? So you should see a valley fold here, right? This valley fold, right? So what you need to do is you need to lift up one layer. Do you see this layer? Yes, great. Lifting up one layer, again using this crease in the center to open this, going to the right, going from the left to the right, and this crease that is popping up, I'm just going to press this down, and whatever kinks it is forming, I'm just going to improve those a little bit. I'm going to press this down till this and this are aligned. See, this crease is aligned with this one. Yep, we do have three flaps on the right, Santosh. Thanks for pointing that out. And that actually helps. It actually helps to point out things like that. Once you have three flaps on the right, you fold one flap over so that you have two flaps on both sides. Actually, we have three flaps on both sides. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Right? You should have this. Great. I hope Meenu, you also got it. Amazing. Guys, you're doing so well. This is going to look so cute. Great. So now we're only looking, we're not folding. So I have multiple layers here, but I'm only going to pick up the layer on the top, right? And I'm going to bring this up along the existing crease till I reach this point here. I'm going to keep going up, going up, going up, going up till I reach this point, right? And make a fold here. Let me know once you've got this. Great. Meenu's got it. No, Saurav hasn't got it. Prakash has got it. Saurav, I'm going to repeat for you. Ushnuda's got it. Great. So I had this piece of paper. I had my paper like this, the open side towards me. I'm going to lift up just the one layer. I'm going to use this point. I already have a valley fold along the center here, right? You already have this valley fold. So I'm going to bring this point up along the crease in the center till you reach this point. This is the point through which your crease is crossing. I think drawing this will help you out. This is what you are after. This is the crease that you're making. This one. Great. So I think we've all reached to this point. Now, here comes the most important part in this model. So we need to lock what we have done so far. Guys, we are only looking, we're not folding. So I'm going to lift this up and see inside the model, right? Here I am able to see two flaps, one flap on the left, one flap on the right? And it has this shape, this, and here this and this, right? So what I want is, I want to lock the left hand side. How am I going to lock the left hand side? So I am going to undo the fold that I did in the last step, right? And the left hand side, what I'll do is, I'm going to bring this point from the previous fold. Here, here. Make sure that the flap on the left is inside, whereas the flap on the right is outside. See this. It's going to come down, and go in. So you are locking only the left side. The right side is still open. So after you lock, the left and the right will not look the same. The left has only 1 point here. The right has two, 1 and 2, right? I'll repeat this. Earlier I was like this, right? I remove the right point. I open the right while the left is up there. See this? Left is up there. And I fold this down, locking the left hand side to get, oops, yep, to get this again. Okay, you can lock this and tell me whether you've got it or not. Just locking, great. Thanks, Ushnata, Meenu, Santosh, Prakash, great. I'm so happy to see all these. Yes, sure, yeah. Let's take a break. You've done most of it. Let's take a break. Let's take 5 minutes and we'll be right back. And I am here to take questions. You guys can stretch your legs. Actually, I also need to stand up a little bit. Yeah, I'll be right back in 5 minutes. Or if you have any questions, I can take them right now. Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm back. I am happy to see that everybody is progressing. I hope you guys got your little break as well. And I hope this camera angle is slightly better than the previous one. Thanks, Santosh. Great, we'll start in another minute. So far, just to recap, we made a water bomb base like this. We started with this piece of paper and we brought these edges down and brought this point down to get a water bomb base. Then we folded this edge up to the crease in the center like this. Same on this side like this. We opened this and we did a squash fold here. Close this and we did another squash fold here and close this. And then we made a lock. Oh, before the lock, we folded this point up along this crease till we get this, till we reach this point like this. And then we locked the flap on the left hand side, right? The flap on the left hand side is touching, the flap on the right hand side is not, and I'm bringing this over. So I hope Minu is back because we are moving forward. I hope everybody is back. Great, thanks. Cool. So guys, now comes the fun part. We are going to repeat everything we did on the opposite side. So for that, we are going to lift the paper, flip it over, and start again on the other side. What we need to do is we need to bring this edge along the crease in the center like this. Oh, see, I didn't get the point very well. This point needs to be very sharp. So like this, number one. Number two, from the left hand side, like this. Right? Now open these and squash fold from right side. Use the crease in the center to fold this over, and the point that is bobbing up and down needs to come down. Right? Squash fold on the right hand side. Fold this closed. Again, squash fold on the left hand side. And fold this closed. Let me know, guys, when you have made both the squash folds and closed them. We're almost there. This should already start to look like a Christmas tree to you. Let me know once you're great. Thanks, Minu. Chat, chat, chat. I can see that the chat is in great mood today. Everybody is folding along. Cool. I'm waiting for a few more responses for people who have made both the squash folds and yep, thanks Ushnata, Gunarajan. Let's wait for Two more responses. Guys, the first one always takes more time. I bet by the time you make the third piece, I won't even need to give you instructions. You'll remember them. Cool. Let's move forward. Again, we are going to lift only one layer. Bring this up till I capture this point here and this point here. And I make a crease. And again, I'm going to lift this up. This time as well, I'm only going to lock on the left hand side. So the right hand side is, hold on, give me a second. Let me try to turn on this light. Will it work? My light refuses to work. Sad. No worries. I hope the light is better now. So again, coming back, I only want to lock the left hand side. So I'm going to lift up this point, reverse this crease here, and lock the left hand side. So that I have locked two sides and I have this piece of paper in front of me. Right? Let me know once you have made the second lock. Put something funky on the chat. Something like, I don't know. It's the same as the first lock, Ushnata. Again, I'm just going to show it to you. So this, see, this time also you are seeing zigzag here, right? Zigzag from the left hand side, zigzag from the right hand side. On the right hand side, the paper will go here. On the left hand side, the paper will go here. So I am keeping the left hand side close to the edge and holding. See this? You can see this is already in. This is in, so it's getting locked. Hold this over. Yep, great. So you guys have two locks, right? Now what we need to do next is we need to make the other two locks. How will we do that? We're going to lift the paper up and only one flap will go from left to right. And notice, because you've locked this, it's not actually one flap, it's two flaps. But because it's locked, we are only going to call it one flap. One flap goes from left to right, and one flap at the bottom goes from right to left. So that we have the same number of flaps on both sides. Right? Now again, I'm going to bring this point up. So just to check, are you guys seeing something like this on your paper? Yeah, right? I hope you are seeing the same thing. Great. So again, to repeat, bring this point up and I have this point. Now I'm going to lift this up, lock only on the left hand side. Locking only on the left hand side here and putting it down. And for the last one, I'm going to flip it over, bring this up and lift it up and lock only on the left hand side. So guys, it's already starting to look like a Christmas tree to me. I don't know about you. Great. Let me know once you made all four locks and the inside looks like this. Terrible lighting. Sorry, but yeah. Great. Thanks, Santosh. We'll wait for responses from everybody for this one because great. Thanks, Minu, Prakash. We are running a little short on time, but I think we can make it. I think we can get there. Thanks, Gunaranjan. We'll wait for one more person. This camera follows me around. Okay. Someone else. Who else is missing? Who else have I not heard from yet? Meenu. Aksha, are you still here with us? Is Prisha still with us? Can you show the bottom of the tree? Of course I can. So I'm just going to draw it out. I don't need to draw it out. Actually, this is what it looks like. Sadly, some people have dropped off. I don't know. I'm not hearing from them. Oh, yes, great. Cool. Guys, now comes the part where we are. So you see this unit, right? This unit is almost done except for this curve on the side, right? So for that, we are going to do is, what we need to do is, we need to make a crease. So I'm just going to show you're not doing it right now. Okay. We need to make a crease like this and like this. So this was my model earlier. On the, if I just flip it over to the right once, I want to make a crease along this line and along this line, right? How will I do that? So let's start from the beginning. I flipped this over. We are only looking right now. We're not folding. I flipped over from the right. And what I did was I used my thumb to push this up. Okay. Push up. Push this up. And after pushing this up, I'm going to bring this edge along this edge. How am I doing that? I pushed this up and I brought this along this, and I'm using my other thumb to make the crease here. Let me demonstrate it again. I was like this. I pushed this point up and I brought this crease, this edge along this edge, like this here. And I keep creasing till I reach the center. I keep creasing till I reach the center. Okay, do this, guys. Do this step. Let me know once you've made the first crease. Thank you, Ushnata. Thanks, Prakash. I just want to hear from one more person before I show you the rest. Great, thanks, Saurabh. So far I've made a crease on the left hand side, right? What I need to do is I need to repeat the same on the right hand side. This time again, I am pushing this up from my thumb and I am bringing this edge to this edge like this on the right hand side. The people will try to fight with you a little bit, but you can fight back. So, and I am using my thumb to make the second crease, and see this. guys, voila, it will close. It will go up. See, it's as I am doing this, it's going up and coming down. Close this, make a crease in the center. Aksha, I think so. I can send you a YouTube tutorial for this, and also I think Sunita is the right person to ask about the recording. So I don't know, but I can definitely send you a YouTube tutorial. Yes, of course I will. Give like I don't want to do it right now. I'll do it at the end. Yeah, yeah. We'll do this. I'll share the link at 9 when we are closing. Okay. So we've made this thing here and I went back to the same. Now this is what my model looks like from the bottom, right? One side has this thing, the other side is like it was before. So now moving forward, I'll do the same thing again on the left hand side. So I folded this over, I pushed this point up, and I am bringing this edge to this edge like this. And I'm folding till I reach the center. And again, I've made a crease on the left hand side. So now I'm right hand side, and I'm going to repeat the same on the left hand side. So folding this up to the left. And yes. So if I close this now, it will go up, and again it comes down. Great. So far, you should have a model like this where you have made two things here. One of these flaps here, and one of these flaps here. To make it on the other two, you can just do the same thing here. Folding this up to the side. Okay, guys, who's got two of these so far? Let me know in the chat. Great, thanks, Gunarajan. Saurav, one more person. Great, cool. So just repeat the same on the top and at the bottom, and you will get the one module needed for your Christmas tree. So I repeated this on the top, and I flipped this over, and I repeated this on the bottom. Now it will not fall flat, by the way. It's a 3D model now. So this is what you should have after doing the same on four sides. So after the two, so this is what it looked like after two, right? Just push this up and fold this to the right and fold this to the left and close this. You will get this and then flip it over and repeat the same on this. Fold this to the right, fold this to the left, and close this and open. So this is what you should get. How many of you have reached this point? Ushnata, I hope I was able to answer your question. Thanks, Aksha. So whoever has reached this point, I want you to kiss your hand and kiss your head because you did very well, and just pat yourself on the back because you worked very hard tonight. Okay, I just want to hear from a few more people in the chat. Great, Prakash. Have we made a single unit, guys? So for the last two, I have just this, right? It's the same what we did earlier. I just brought this edge up to this edge and made a crease here like this crease. So it was like this so far, right? Before, so top and bottom were not done, sides were done, right? So I just do the same thing on the top and the bottom also. This and then this and then close and open. So closing and opening, you will see it goes up and down. Same on the other side. This, close, open, close, open. Okay. So I'm happy that we have reached so far, but I don't think we will be able to cover the other two modules before 9. What I would like to do instead is I would like to do the trunk, and you can use the recording. I'm not sure if Sunita provides the recording, but even if you're not able to use this recording, you can use the recording or you can use the YouTube video to fold the other two modules for the tree, right? But we can definitely fold the trunk and you will have a Christmas tree in the making. And I promise you the trunk is not as complex as this one. This was just quite complex. Okay, so let's start with a brown sheet of paper and put this here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this edge up to this edge, but I'm not making a fold. I'm not making a fold. I'm only marking this. I'm only making a mark on one side. See, unfold. Now I can see this mark, this reference that I made, right? So now I'm going to bring this edge up to this reference and make a fold. What's this fraction? Like, can you tell me what this fraction is? Where, how this line divides this whole square? This was half and this is 1/4, right? So I have made a 1/4 so far. Now, what I need to do is I need to mark a 1/8 here. How will I do that? I'll rotate and I will bring this edge up to this edge. And I am not creasing again, guys. I am not creasing. I am just marking on this side so that I have this mark here. I hope you guys are all following. So next we need to, thanks Minu. I'll just wait for a minute so that everybody can catch up. Thanks everybody. Prakash, Ushnata, Saurav. Great. So next, I'm going to bring this edge up to the reference point that I just made, the 1/8 reference that I just made, all over the place, and I'm going to make a crease along the whole length. Okay, I'm going to make a crease. Great. So now the next fold is just eyeballing a little bit. There is no reference. So I just fold this up here like this, somewhat, whatever, just to whatever seems right to you. Just leave a little bit here. Okay. And next, the extra bit that is hanging out, fold this up over. Okay. So you should have this, right? Now this is a little crucial. So I want you all to put down your pieces of paper and just watch. Okay. Honestly, I think we can do with a bigger. We would need a bigger one. This is too small. We would need a bigger one. Yeah. So yeah. So now what I need to do is I need to, so the longer edge, the longer one is at the bottom and I'm putting it down like this, right? What I need to do is this part, and my light decides to act up. Okay, no. So what I'm doing is this part that was hanging out, right? I will open this pocket using the longer flap that I created, and I will put this point into the pocket. Great, my light is working now. So I opened up this pocket and I put this inside like this, and just one side is okay. Let me know if you got this, guys, in the chat. So this is what it looks like from the bottom. Thanks, Ushnata, Prakash, Santosh, Saurav. Great. So some people are still hanging on. Great. So now I have this in half. What I need to do is, so this side, the open side is away from me, okay? The side that is open is away from me, and the side that is closed is towards me. I will just fold this in half. So this one doesn't really require much precision. It's fine if you, yeah, I will repeat. Yes. Okay, Aksha. Do you want me to repeat this part, Aksha? Even before this. Sorry, guys, but we like to keep everybody together. I'm just going to start from the beginning. Just a quick recap, Aksha, but you'll have to fold quickly and catch up. Number one, we got a reference for the half. Okay. Number two, we folded 1/4. Yes. Number three, we got a reference for our 1/8. Yes. Now I brought this edge. So after this, I rotated this. So this is my reference for 1/8. Now I'm bringing this edge up to this point, the reference that I just made, like this. Now I'm just going to eyeball whatever looks nice. Just leave some part hanging out. Just folding, eyeballing, no reference. This part is hanging out. I'm going to fold this over to create a crease here. Open it. Now, the longer flap is at the bottom. what I'm doing is I'm opening this pocket, this part. I'm opening this pocket and I'm putting this, the part that was hanging out, inside this pocket, like this, right? And I'm keeping it down such that the open part is away from me. Okay, this open side is away from me. Akshay, I hope you have caught up. Oh, great. Amazing. So next, what we did was we brought this edge up to this edge like this and created a crease in the center. Now what I need you to do is I need you to lift this up and open the ring, right? It's a ring, right? So I want you to open the ring, and so right now in the top part of the ring, this is a valley fold, right? Whereas if you see on the other side, it's a mountain fold. Yes. So what we actually want is we want all four creases to be mountain folds. So we need to reverse this valley fold and turn it into a mountain fold. So look at my hand. I'm going to put my hand here inside along this crease. Put the other one inside along this crease. And I'm just going to pinch it to make this into a mountain fold. So now I have one mountain fold here. I'm going to move forward. Again, pinch this, just reinforcing the existing mountain crease. Move forward, pinch this, reinforcing the existing mountain fold. Move forward, pinch this, reinforce the existing mountain fold. So now it will become like a square, right? Great. Thanks, Prakash. Santosh, Meenu. Great. So I'll just wait for 30 more seconds. Just make sure that all the creases are mountains so that it looks like a square. Yep. So yeah. Next. So what I need to do next is I need to make a valley fold here between these two mountains, right? How will I do that? Look at my hands. I am going to put this finger on top and I'm going to bring this mountain fold along this mountain fold to create a valley in the middle. How will I do that? Look at this. I did this and I just press in the middle and now I have a valley in the middle, right? Now moving forward, bringing this mountain along this mountain to create a valley in the center, pressing down with my index finger and bringing the two mountains together. Two, yes, moving forward, mountain, mountain, valley. Three, and the last one, rotate further, mountain, mountain, valley. So now, after you have made this, your model, if you look at it from here, if you look at it from here, it should look like 1, 2, 3, 4, right? This is what it should look like. Thanks, Santosh. And Meenu. Yeah, so Meenu can see this shape. Thanks, Prakash. And Saurabh. Great, guys. Just clap for yourself, pat yourself on the back, give your hands a kiss because you've made half of the Christmas tree. You can make the rest on your own. How will we assemble this? I'm going to take this and I'm going to press down these sides till I have a cross sign here. And I also have a cross sign at the bottom of my tree, right? So I'm just going to align this and put this in, and voila, your Christmas tree. Only like 1/4 of it, half of it, but yeah. Are you guys able to assemble this bit? Yeah, sure. So what I did here was I had this shape, right? So I'm going to just press the sides in so that I can get a cross. And I hold the cross like this, tight. And even in the bottom of my tree, I have a cross. So I just put this in the cross and upside down, I get this. You got it? Thank you so much, everybody else who's been responding. Santosh, Saurav, and Prakash. Minu, I hope you were able to assemble this. So, guys, the ones I'm going to show you the second unit also, but I'm going to show you quickly and I will not wait for questions. I want you guys to fold this together with me and recall all the steps as you were folding earlier. So, I'm going to start with this side. One diagonal is already folded. Open this diagonal, rotate, fold the other diagonal, unfold, flip it over. Now I want a crease here. For that, I'm going to bring this edge up to this edge. Hold on, don't leave yet. Let me just put the link to the. Hold on 1 second. Easy. Hold on. Sorry, I'm just going to put the link to this YouTube tutorial and then you can leave if you don't want to complete this now. Yep, this is the one for everyone. This is a model designed by Jo Nakashima. He has a great YouTube channel. Please watch his other videos. They're great. So where were we? Yeah, so I made this valley fold. I will make another valley fold here. Undo. Now I have this. I'm going to bring these 2 points down. And I'm going to bring this point down to get a water bomb. Bringing this edge along this crease. One. And folding the other one in. Now open. Now I want to do 2 squash folds from both sides. So one. So squash folds become easier if you reverse the crease beforehand. So one. And I've done the squash fold. Now I'm closing it and Squash fold from the other side. Done the squash fold. Now I'm closing it. Now bringing this point up along the crease in the center till I capture this point. Now only locking the one on the left. Locking the one on the left. And closing it. Flipping it over and repeating the same. Fold, fold, fold. Fold, fold, fold. Unfold, unfold, unfold. Squash fold. Open and close the squash fold. Open. A squash fold and close the squash fold. Now bring this point up and lock on the left hand side. Guys, before you leave, I want to see how your models look. So if you are in a place where you can do that, please turn on your camera and show me. I would love to see that. Switch it to this side. And repeat on the other side. Now I have 4 pieces locked. I'm going to make this crease. Make this crease. Okay, I think I'm going to stop here. I won't make the third one, but yeah, would anyone like to show what their model looks like? So yeah, for the people who have stuck around till the end, thank you so much. And I just want to say that I really enjoyed folding with you guys. And I don't know if you would like to see, if you would like to reach out to me. I've recently made an Instagram profile. I have just one post in it, and it's called maths underscore origami. The reason it is called that is because I'm interested in the intersection of maths education and origami. I would like to see how maths education can be used, sorry, origami can be used in the maths classroom to make concepts come alive. Yeah, so 2 pieces are done. This looks like a Christmas tree.